to look for when you're reviewing HOA or condo docs before you buy. Number 1, rules, regulations, and restrictions, otherwise known as CC&Rs. These are covenants, conditions, and restrictions, and they outline what you can and can't do as an owner. You want to look for pet restrictions. The most common ones are types of animals, like no silky chickens for you, even though they're very popular on Instagram right now. The size of your pet, the limit of how many you can have, and sometimes breed restrictions on dogs. Parking rules. Can your guests park overnight? Where there is often lack of parking, you can bet your neighbors know exactly what cars belong and don't. Rental limits. Are you able to rent out your unit? Are there any restrictions on short-term rentals? It is getting more common to see associations restrict rentals that are less than 6 months. Can you run a business from your home? Common restrictions on this that are the association doesn't want it to look like you have a business there from the outside. For instance, an in-home daycare shouldn't have signage out front. Renovation or exterior modification rules. You almost always have to get permission before you do any exterior modification, and some interior modifications if you're in a condo. Use of amenities in common areas. Why it matters. These impact our lifestyle and future resale. Some rules can be deal breakers. Number 2, monthly or quarterly dues. What is it? Your recurring HOA or condo fee? You want to look for what's the current fee amount? What does it cover? Water, trash, other utilities, lawn care, insurance, exterior maintenance, recent or upcoming increases. Why this matters. An underfunded HOA or condo association often can raise fees, and surprise increases can hurt your financials and budget. This one's big. You need to check the financial health of the association. Think of the reserve fund like the community's emergency savings account. If it's empty, guess who pays for that new roof? You do. You want to look for a current reserve study, and it's required in the state of Virginia to be done every 5 years for condos. The reserve fund should be at least 70 to 100% funded based on that study. 10 to 20% of the annual budget should go into reserves, and those contributions should match the study's recommendation. The quick rule of thumb to kind of keep you solid is between $3,000 and $10,000 per unit in reserves. Here are the red flags you want to look out for. Is the delinquency rate 15% or over? No reserve study or underfunded reserves with no plan to correct it. Looking at the past 2 years with special assessments for predictable issues. When a community isn't budgeting well, the costs always fall on the homeowners. Remember, the reserve fund is like the community's emergency savings. If it's underfunded, you're likely to get hit with a surprise bill, sometimes thousands when something breaks. Healthy reserves equals healthy peace of mind. Number 4, meeting minutes and newsletters. What it is. Recent board meetings and community updates. You want to look for the discussion of maintenance issues, legal disputes or community conflicts, signs of disorganized or unresponsive leadership. And why this matters is because it gives you a peek behind the curtain. Are things running smoothly or falling apart? Number 5, bylaws and governance structure. How is the board structured and how decisions are made? You want to look for voting rights. Do you have a say? Board election procedures. How rule changes are made. A well-run board is key to a stable and desirable community. Number 7, insurance coverage. The master insurance policy, you need to look for the type of coverage. Is it walls in versus structure only? The deductible amount and what you need to cover with your own insurance policy. This matters because you want to avoid gaps in coverage that could cost you big. I just went through this with a seller of mine whose condo sprinkler system pipe broke and flooded the units below her. Thankfully, it was the association's responsibility and her neighbors were covered. Plus, the damages her unit received were all covered. So it's important to know who is responsible if something like this occurs. Number 8, lifestyle compatibility. What's it like there? The general vibe, the restrictions of the community. You want to look for noise complaints and lifestyle restrictions. Is it a 55+ community and you're 32? I don't think you want to be there, nor can you. Of course, you're not just buying a property, you're buying into a lifestyle. And the last thing is that per the contract here in Virginia, you typically have 3 days to review these documents after receiving them. The sales contract does allow more time to review, so be sure to fill in the appropriate amount of time that you will need. Keep in mind, some of these documents can be over 800 pages like the one I just sent to my clients. The association will remain unnamed, and you know who you are. Bottom line, these documents aren't just paperwork. They tell the story of how your future neighborhood will work and how much it could cost you down the road. Call me today, Donna Chong with the Fox team, for any help with any homes and associations.